Baby, what time is it now? It's time to love me now.
Good afternoon. Happy Monday, guys.
Happy Monday. Hope everyone had a good weekend. You know, we have another week ahead of us, and I know it's natural to moan and groan about Monday blues, but what would be the point?
Well, that's really unsympathetic.
No. I just mean there are bigger things to worry about than having to go to work on Mondays, and really, there's just so much to appreciate in life, right,
Oh,
Ashley?
so you're trying to be positive.
Yeah.
Seems like you're learning from me, Kevin.
No, definitely not. I'm just trying to cheer up our listeners.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, let's welcome everyone to another episode of Double Date.
Welcome to a new week. And welcome to Double Date. I'm your date, Kevin.
And Ashley, welcome to Double Date. That was 21's 그리워해요.
Yes. Did you have a good weekend, Ashley?
Yes, I did. Did
Yeah?
you?
I did. Remember I was talking about watching that scary movie?
Yeah, did you do it?
No, I didn't. But I saw a different scary movie instead.
Really?
It's called 살인자의 기억법. Have you heard of it?
So it's more like a
Thriller.
Thriller.
Yes, a mind thriller. Is quite the trip. And I ate some crazy... I had beef tongue. Have you ever had that before?
Yeah, I did.
It was so good.
I didn't know it was beef tongue and I ate it and I was like, "Ugh."
You didn't know? It just tastes like 차돌박이 though.
No, it has a
Chewy or
weird
차돌박이?
texture.
It was so good. How about you? I know you went to a musical.
No, I watched the play, A Doll's House.
I feel like you see like you live in the theater, in the theatre.
I like it. It's fun.
Yeah?
Yeah. But A Doll's House was good. There was a twist ending.
A twist ending. What happens?
Instead of Nora leaving, she tells her husband, like, you get out of the house. And he leaves.
I have no idea what you're talking
Oh,
about.
okay. Maybe some of the listeners do.
Yes, hopefully you guys all had a good weekend. It is officially fall now, and I heard that there's like fine dust.
Yeah, did you
Here
notice
now,
this
officially?
weekend?
No, I didn't.
It was really bad. It was really bad. But thankfully, it rained a little yesterday and today, so hopefully it washes it all down.
It is, I mean, nothing compared to what's happening in Busan. There's flooding in Busan right now, and of course, it's hurricane season in the States and all over the world right now. So our thoughts and prayers go out. Our condolences go out to everybody out there. Hopefully, yes, if you can do something about it, just, yes, do your part. Today we have... What do we have? Oh, we have Esna
Code. Yes.
in the studio. She was on a show this past weekend.
Really?
She was on Yusuke.
Oh, right. She said she had
with
that.
Primary Young.
Oh.
She found time to be here today. We also have a
Yay.
text to X.
Guys, you're listening to Double Date, available on TBS EFM 101.3 and 98.7 GFN, 93.7 in Yeosu, and 90.5 in Busan.
You can tune in to us anytime, anywhere through the app TBS. You can also re-listen to us by looking up TBS EFM Double Date either on iTunes or Patbang.
We'll be right back after a word from our sponsor, 롯데가스 보일러.
Something wrong, Ashley?
I ate so much these past couple of weeks that I gained weight. I need a diet.
Diet? No, don't diet. That's too hard. Just exercise.
Yeah, that's easy to say, but not so easy to do. Besides, it's not like you go to gym that often either.
Hey, no. Do what I say, not do what I do, okay? Yeah.
Wait, what's that? It
Not
smells
much.
So good.
I know, it's just my lunch, my double deluxe, double cheese meat patty burger with caramelized onions and a side of spicy wedge fries.
Oh my gosh. You
Yeah.
can't possibly eat that on your own, right? Just give me a bite.
What? No, I can totally eat this on my own, but more importantly, I thought you were gonna diet?
Well, I should, but I can just start it tomorrow. So, yeah, give me some.
No, it's mine. So, any luck in your diet?
Nope. Any luck on actually going to the gym?
No, but it's not like I've gained any weight. Look, my abs are rock solid, see?
No thanks.
I mean, since you've already ruined your diet, you might as well eat lunch now, right? Yeah, come on. I know there's great pasta and pizza place. Really good.
Oh, is it that place I've been seeing on the blogs
Yeah,
recently?
yeah, it's good.
Oh my gosh.
Yo, Ash, have you had lunch yet? There's this great Mexican place.
No!
You don't like Mexican?
No, I love Mexican food. That's the problem. You're the problem. I can't diet with you around.
Okay, I'm sorry.
And I'm not the one who needs to diet now. Look at you. Where are
Whoa.
those rock hard
Whoa.
abs you told me about, huh?
Hey,
Huh?
stop poking me. Goodness.
That's it. You have to go on a diet with me starting today.
I'm good, okay? I
No.
like my love handles. They're lovely.
어떤 약을 먹고 누워야 잠이 들 수 있을까 사실 알고 있지만 좀 불안해 내게
You just heard Shipsheonchi's newest release, that was Help, and usually our song after the skit relates to the skit, right? And in the skit, we're talking about how hard it is to diet.
You know, I have someone like you actually in my life.
What do you mean?
Junie is like you, like in the skit.
I didn't even say anything.
No, in
Oh,
the
oh.
skit. Like Junie is like that in the skit. Because
Yeah.
she eats everything she wants and she's not the type to gain weight, right?
Mm.
But I'm not. I have to watch what I eat, right? But she always like comes into my room. She's like, 언니, do you want like 닭갈비 today? Or like,
so good.
you want like 떡볶이 today? And then first I'm like, no, I have to diet. And she's like, okay, then I'll go eat alone.
I
And
guess
then
I
she
gotta
gives
hang
me
out
the
with
guilt
Junie.
trip. And then I'm like, okay, I'll go. And then I go and then I'm like, I'll just watch you eat. And
You
then
regret it?
and then I can't just watch it. I have one bite and I'm like, oh, that's good. And then I have another one and then I can't stop.
And then you listen to the new Shipsheonchi song, Help. And you're
Help,
like, I can't wake up
somebody
tomorrow because I
help.
ate so much. Like, what do I do?
Man.
But that's, yes. We are talking about habits today.
Yeah.
Do you have bad habits? We are all creatures of habit, right? And that's a good way of saying we're creatures of addiction.
Yes.
We have so many addictions. And what are some good ways to get rid of them? I guess is what we're talking about today. Right.
Do you have any bad habits right now?
Right now, I mean, I think being lazy is perhaps like a bad one. Not acting on things that I promised to carry out. Specific ones. I know people in Korea and all across the world, we all deal with like drinking habits, dieting habits,
Yes.
smoking habits, not being able to exercise, making that into a routine, the opposite of what should be exercising. But there are ways to get around it, right?
Yes. And like they said that if you want to keep a good habit in place, then you have to do it for 3 months to like make it completely gone.
Right. That makes
That's
sense.
hard.
I know people try to like incentivize themselves as well, but that never seems to work out for me because you're not really treating the symptoms and not treating the cause,
Right,
like the
right.
root of it, right?
Yeah.
And when you have urges, a lot of the times you feel like you're resisting urges,
Like you're making yourself.
but you have to just destroy the root of those urges in the first place. And I think it's much more of like a mind thing than it is a physical thing.
Definitely. So guys, tell us some of your bad habits and what motivates you to get rid of bad habits.
Yes, text us your answers, sharp1013. Tweet at us at TBS Double Date. Coming up in the show, we have great songs in the code with our guest singer, Esna.
But before that, we're going to listen to a song. This is G.O.D's 관찰.
I wish I could make your mind go nuts. My mind is such a mess. So fine, I wish I could make your mind go nuts.
Welcome, ladies,
And gentlemen.
to Double Date. I'm your host, Kevin.
And I'm Ashley.
Hey, stop butting in. They're here for me, okay?
No, they're not. They're obviously here for me.
No, me.
Fine. If you want to be the date for all the gentlemen too, be my guest.
Wait, what? What do you... Wait, Ashley!
It's now time to start another round of today's date song, and this week's theme is 고막 남친 song.
Yes, so last week we mentioned 고막 남친, but in case you don't know, it's a new slang term that refers to male singers who have to sing to you as if they're your boyfriends.
This can mean they have sweet voices or maybe husky voices. I mean, whatever voice you imagine your ideal boyfriend having, as he croons a love song into your ears.
Ooh, so to start things off this week, we have the song Before the Rain by Bernard Park. Mm-hmm. Bernard Park, obviously best known for being the winner of K-Pop Star 3.
Yes, and he recently changed his stage name to Nakjun, which is his Korean name,
Mm-hmm.
and he made a comeback with a single called Tat featuring Changmo.
Right. He really does have a crooner-like voice.
Yes.
When he's saying that, how can I? Oceans Apart song. Mm-hmm.
And when I saw him perform on K-Pop Star, I think it's because of his voice. I thought he was much older than he actually is. And I met him in person and we were like talking and I was like, "Oh, you're older than me, right?" He's like, "No, I'm a 93." And I was like, "What?" I thought he was lying to me. I was like,
Oh,
"No,
really?
don't lie." And he was like, "I'm serious." And I was like, "No, you can't be." And he was like, "I am."
Do you do that with everybody, Ashley?
No.
Yes, let's go ahead and listen to our date song for today. After today, you guys will be suggesting. But today, again, our theme is 고막 남친. And this is Bernard Park, or Nakjun's
Before the Rain.
오랫동안 그려오던 내 꿈이 다 이뤄질 때
Our theme this week for date songs is 고막 남친, songs that you want to hear from a boyfriend-esque singer. Leave your recommendations along with an explanation on our website. And you just heard Bernard Park,
Yes.
aka Nakjun with Before the Rain. And speaking of Bernard,
Remember our last announcement about the free concert coming up this month,
Yeah,
which is
yeah.
going to be on Thursday, September 28th at 7:30 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
We have some more information for you guys. And
Yeah.
autumn is the season of the soul, a time for love, family, and thoughtfulness. So join us for Fall in Love, our double date special concert featuring soulful musicians with sweet voices to soothe and enrich
fall
you.
in love. I love that. It's perfect.
I love that too.
It's so much better than Birthday Party. I'm sorry. I mean, that was our own show, but like Falling in Love is like perfect for the weather and for the artists that we're going to have.
Yes.
Because
Oh,
Nakjun will be here. He will be a
Yep.
guest. And we'll also have Iejun. Everybody remember her? She was here on our show as a guest before. It was our last show before you joined. And she's just a powerhouse, amazing, amazing singer.
Yes.
You'll also have yours truly, Kevin O.
And Ladies
Code.
Yay!
Yes, Junie and Sojung will be here as well. And everybody will be performing. So it's going to be quite the party.
Yep. So applications for tickets are going to start later this week through our website. So yeah, we're going to keep you guys updated with announcements on our show as well as through Twitter. So keep checking in.
Yes, please do. All right, let's go back to our question of the day. Today, we're talking about what bad habits you have and what are good incentives or motivations to fix them.
And Philencia says drinking coffee at night and it leads to sleep deprivation. So I changed my sleeping habits and broke them into two. Whoa.
Whoa.
What?
So you take like naps?
Oh. Yeah. Are you sensitive to caffeine?
No, I can drink a coffee and fall asleep right
Really?
away.
Oh, so
right
lucky.
away. And then drink it right away after when
Wow.
I wake up.
That's amazing.
Yes. Perry says, watching K-pop videos all my life instead of anything else. I have no methods of I totally understand. When you're on like YouTube and you just can't stop watching,
Yeah,
one
one
video
video
leads to another, and all of a sudden you're watching like ufology end of the world videos and you're like, what is going on in my life?
Man.
Angry Levy says,
I usually snap at people for no reason. If I don't stop them, then I won't have any remaining friends. LOL.
ooh, I think I've been through periods like this too,
Really?
where you just don't want to be bothered and you snap at people. But that was a long time ago.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's good.
And it's funny because her name is Angry. Her name is Angry Levy. So yes, I think maybe you should try to improve that and change your name as well. That's step one, Angry Levy. Keep sending in your answers. Text us in Korean or English, #1013, or tweet at us at TBS Double Date.
Or social media accounts at TBS Double Date on Twitter and Instagram.
All right, coming up is The Code with Esna, but first here's a song from Jisuk and Irun.
배시시.
We'll be back with Esna after the weekend featuring Daft Punk. I feel it coming.
Tell me what you really like.
horrifying moments for a woman who woke up to a strange man.
Ain't nobody got time for that. You are so dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
Secret agent man, secret.
It is now time for the code. You know, sometimes it can be very hard for girls and guys to communicate about certain issues, almost as if we're both speaking in code.
So to help us decipher the code and get on the same page, we have Codebreaker and singer Esna in the studio with us today.
Hello, guys.
You're a code breaker.
I am definitely a code breaker. The best.
You are so dumb.
the best.
I saw you on TV this weekend. Yeah.
Yeah. So when Primary was here for your birthday,
Yes.
we were rehearsing for that in a couple days. So,
Right.
Yeah, we did a show called Sketchbook,
Yeah.
and Sam and I.
Sam
were,
Kim.
Yes, we're on the show with Primary, and it was great. It was
You
good.
guys killed
It's
it.
fun. It's
Yeah. You guys look very casual.
fun. Yeah, we were going for that casual look.
I know.
Did it work?
Sam always looks casual.
Like, this is true.
Yeah. He always does a like shirt over shirt casual look with
Yeah.
long socks thing. Yeah, it was awesome. Primary didn't have his helmet on.
So he came out with it first,
Oh,
and
he
then
did.
like he did like a big reveal.
Mm.
You know, so it had been like 4 years since he's been on the show or something like that. So
Right.
it was an honor to be on the same stage as him.
Of course,
Yeah.
of course. Well, it's good to have you back in the studio.
Thanks.
What kind of code are we breaking today? Last week was catcalling.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you remember that?
It was great. It was everything from catcalling to Ashley's snort. Remember?
Oh yes,
Did you?
We're
Oh
bringing
my
that back. We're bringing that
gosh,
back.
I can't believe you just. Oh
It
my
is.
gosh,
It
I
is a
almost
goal now
forgot.
for us to
We're
have.
gonna try to
Ashley's-
make her snort again. Oh, she's cringing.
Stop.
Trying so
Just
hard not
stay
to snort.
quiet.
Well, this week I just I know we've briefly like touched on this subject before, but we never like really talked about it in depth and tried to break the code about it. You know what I mean?
Oh my goodness.
So we're gonna talk about long distance relationships,
Oh.
and if there is
Long
a
day.
formula to
What?
to make it work or not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, that's what they
So-
call it. Why are you guys freaking out? That's what they call it.
Longdi?
Yes,
Yeah,
in
they do.
Korean, they like to shorten things in Korea.
No, that's what they call it in the
So
States.
no, they
Yeah,
don't.
they do. Everybody's freaking out, but that's what they call it. Yeah.
No, in Korea we call it longdi relationship, right?
Right.
Exactly.
But not in America. Nobody in America calls it a long D.
They do. They do. I swear
I
to
never heard of that.
Okay,
kind of-
anyway,
Anyway,
let's
we're
move
gonna
on.
go. We're gonna move
It's only
on.
because everybody out there in the studio is freaking out that I just said long D, but
I
that's what
don't
they
get
call
it.
it.
Anyway,
Anyways.
so I think I remember Kevin saying that you had been in a long distance relationship before.
It was the end of my last relationship.
Right,
That's
right.
why it crumbled to pieces. And that's
Like
why
a
I've been
muffin
single
top.
for the past 6. And that's the way the cookie crumbles, yes.
Well, I still win because I'm still single. So I'm going on 11 years now. Woo!
Wow, let's just brag about it until we're like 45 and, you know.
Let's be single for
married.
11 years.
You broke the 10-year mark. Congratulations. Heading on to 15.
Anyway, Ashley, have you been in a long distance relationship?
I was in a relationship right before I came to Korea, but then after I came to Korea, it didn't work out.
So it crumbled.
Yeah. Crumbled.
Oh my god, I can't believe we're like laughing about like broken relationships and how things are not meant to be and everything.
Well, for me, it wasn't like for me, the long distance part happened at the beginning, and then we ended up being back in the same place together. So, which is why we worked through that. But you know, the reason why we ended up breaking up completely was because we were going to be living in different countries and we
Right.
weren't sure. So we kind of, you know, the reality hit us that this long distance thing was not really going to work out for us because also our life path was just so completely different. So, how did you guys decide to? I guess both of you guys just didn't decide to go on with a long distance relationship then.
Yeah.
Once it became a long distance thing, you guys kind of it ended.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's
So
it.
but the thing is, I just know a lot of friends who worked through it and like they ended up getting married.
Oh wow.
But I feel like that's the thing is that you don't continue with a long distance relationship unless you kind of have like a clear understanding that this is going to lead to something more concrete.
Sure.
Like a marriage.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So I think we cracked the code already.
Yeah, we're done. Let's talk about
We're
something
done.
else.
Goodbye, everyone.
Yeah. So sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes you get married, sometimes it crumbles, and that's it. That's it. It's just very emehe. It's ambiguous. There's no answer.
We cracked
But
it.
it's cracked.
We cracked it.
No, we'll come back and we'll talk more about it. Maybe we'll get more personal and share
Yeah.
our little stories about it.
Yes.
I'm not really sure, but yes, we're going to move on to part 2, hour number 2 of Double Date. But are we going to play? Yes, we're going to play a song.
This is Epic High featuring MYK, Heaven.
You know what?
Want to go out?
You're asking me on a date?
I could pick you up.
It's a double date. I'd love to go out with you. What are you guys doing tomorrow night?
Going on a date with you.
Hey, this is Kevin,
And this is Ashley.
and thanks for joining us on
Double Date.
Welcome back to Double Date on Monday. This is Kevin and Ashley.
And we have our guest Esna in the studio for The Code. And today we're talking about long distance relationships.
Yes.
Yes, and we cracked the code already.
Kind of.
But let's talk about some more, I guess, personal or perhaps people we know.
Yeah.
Right. I mean,
Rather
so
it's-
I think we made it clear that the three of us, we just kind of, we did not have successful long distance relationships, right?
Right.
But I have friends that have gotten married
Oh, after
after
doing how
like
many
a
years?
year or like 2 years of long distance relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole time, you know, we'd be hanging out for that year, and I'm just like, what, like, how are you guys still together? Like, why are you guys still together?
Right.
Right? Because the reason why you want to be in a relationship, I think, is because you do want to spend that physical face-to-face time and like just like being able to touch that person's skin. You know what I mean? Like that's part of the reason why you want to be in a relationship. So if like you're being so patient and being so trusting of this other person to be faithful to you as well.
I think there's something very romantic about the notions of a long distance relationship, right? Like, you know that Bob Dylan song, You Belong to Me? Wherever you are, like in the world, like whether
Yeah.
you're seeing the pyramids in Algiers or in the rainforest, you still belong to me.
Have you been to the pyramids of
No,
Algiers?
but that's the point of the song. Do you have any friends, actually, who have had successful ones?
I know people who are in one, but they haven't gotten married yet.
They're in one right now.
Yeah.
Okay, so when you see that relationship, what comes to mind? Like,
Good for them.
because we're so single, right?
Yeah, I think it's really great that they can trust each other, and you know, like they only see each other like once or twice a year, but they
Oh my
they
goodness! So
manage.
where are they? One is here in Korea, and one is
Like in the States.
In the States,
Yeah.
okay. So like sometimes the distance is not very far.
Yeah,
you
it's
know
like
what I mean?
one's here, one's in Busan.
Yeah. But that's still considered a long distance relationship
'cause
because
you
you're not in
can't-
the same city. It still takes a few hours to go back and forth.
Right.
But like at least you're in the same time zone.
Right.
You know what I mean? But people who are in a long distance relationship from like opposite sides of the world.
I don't think it
must be more
happens as much
hard.
these days as it did in the past.
Really?
I don't think so. I think people have trust issues now.
Mm.
Just because like communication, SNS, and all that makes like relationships so immediate
Yeah.
that there's so much room for mistrust in
Right.
each other.
But at the same time, the technology has gotten so much better that it's easier for you to keep in touch with the other
Like
person.
I'm gonna track you. I know exactly where you are right
you know,
now.
when I was in college doing this long distance relationship thing, literally your phone didn't really have.
You're speaking like you're from the Stone Age right now.
no, we still had the internet.
Yeah.
But no, I'm saying like we didn't have like phones that could really like have like the video calls like we do now, and like
right.
so I would literally have to time it so that I would wake up. But sometimes we would fall asleep with the computer screen on. You know what I mean? And then I would go to class, and then I would rush back home
Right.
to my dorm room. And so, because when I'm finished with class, he's waking up so that he can leave for class too.
Right.
So we're just trying to catch each other like right before we have to leave the house and things like that.
Right.
But it's so much easier now. Like you got FaceTime, you got like
That's
all
true.
these different
But it kind of
ways
waters
of communication.
it down, I feel like. For example, testament to long distance relationship working out, my parents.
Mm-hmm.
They met, didn't really know each other, and they kept a relationship going on for a year, I believe. I don't know the exact details of the story, but my mom wasn't really into him, apparently. But he would call every single day for like a year. And then one day, I think it was like towards the end of the year, he just like didn't call. And she was like, oh my goodness, like what's happening? What, he doesn't like me all of a sudden?
That's the thing that I wanted to talk about, to say what can you do to make it successful, and what you can do.
I think less is more, right? For long distance relationships, being able to trust that person without having to like prove stuff and have like evidence of me having been somewhere and you not being able to trust me, I think is better. It builds trust in a more natural way.
Well, let's talk about that after the song break.
Oh my goodness, let's do it. This is 101 with Wanna Be My Baby. We'll be right back with Esna.
Wanna be my baby.
That was 101's Wanna Be My Baby. And before we go on to the next part with Esna, we have a message from Jenny that says long distance relationships, not seeing each other every day would be tough. Because when you're in love, you miss that person even when they're right next to you.
Whoa, deep. You miss that person when they're right next to you?
Why?
You know, in like those romantic songs, sometimes 옆에 있어도 보고 싶어. Like, and it's like super just like, what?
Does that make sense? Like, I'm right here.
Like, you're missing me when I'm next to you?
Right.
Like, okay.
That just means you're a lonely person.
Super romantic.
Right, super romantic, sure. Let's wrap up today's code. And let's try our best to crack it.
So the formula for it, right? So we're going to be optimistic about it and like try to help people who are in long distance relationships,
Right.
you know, have hope. You know, because we were very hopeless with it.
No, I am very hopeful about it now, though.
Are you?
Yes.
Why?
Because I want to be able to be in a long distance relationship. Like, I want to be able to wholeheartedly trust somebody and be that in love to have distance become obsolete. Like, it doesn't matter how far that person is, right? So for anyone like who's in one right now and struggling, like, just know that I'm sure a lot of people would like to be in one.
Right. Well,
'Cause it puts
that's
it
like
to the test,
that's like
right?
a trust thing. Yeah.
Trust thing, but also just like a soulmate type of thing.
I don't know about those.
I'm so romantic.
I don't know, Kevin O.
And I think, you know, there are certain types of people that when they have a boyfriend, they need to spend all their time with their boyfriend. And there are other types of people who need equal amount of time with their friends, their family, and with their work. You know, it's just how you balance your priorities in life. Like, obviously, if you're going to make your boyfriend your own one and only priority, then long distance is going to be hard because you're not going to be able to.
Because you're going to
be with
need your
them,
own
but-
life.
Yeah.
Yeah. You do. I mean, it's good to have a balance, I think. That's just my personal opinion.
Yep.
But I think like concrete things for you to do in order to make a long distance relationship work and for your trust to last, you know, I think, you know, calling them frequently and these days video calling is very easy to do as well. So, you know, just keeping in touch and like communicating, and it doesn't mean that you have to do this every single day. But, you know, at least once or twice a week, I think. And like having a long conversation so that the person waiting, because there's always a person waiting, I feel like.
Right.
That person feels like you're still interested in what they're doing, and, you know, you guys have things to talk about. Like, if you start losing things to talk about, then the relationship is really not going to work out, you know? So continue to just keep in touch as much as you can, I think. And then visit one another when you can.
Yeah.
You know? So, like, the question is, like, who visits who? You know what I mean?
Meet me halfway.
But, you know, but it's like, whoever can make the time, obviously.
Yeah.
There's no rule about that, I think. But if you guys are communicating well enough, whoever has the time or the finances to make that visit, then, you know, you guys take turns doing that.
Right.
And I think it should be, that's like it's like the bare minimum things that should happen, you know, but everyone deals with emotions differently. So that's a different thing for each person.
I think it just takes a lot of commitment for both sides, and you should make that person feel like they're still a part of your life, even though they're far away. So, you know, you need to share what you're going through, or like, you know, what you did that day. Try to make them feel as included as possible so they don't feel like left out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That really does help.
Yeah, I think the commitment, though, to go long distance should be the same as the commitment just to, you know,
Be in a relationship
to begin with,
Yeah.
right? Because you're going to be dealing with the same problems. in fact, it might be easier to avoid the real actual problems when that person is not in front of you every single day,
That's
right?
true.
There's a lot of times when you do long distance, it does become a romantic thing where you only show each other like the good things.
Right,
like,
right.
hey, look, like the Ben Tower, it's an amazing, city. I've never been to London. But I don't know. I think if anything, it's easier to do long distance. No, that's totally
That's
wrong.
not true.
We got a message from
Kevin is just all
listener.
over the place today, y'all.
You have to understand, when we talk about love, I'm always all over the place. I don't know.
Oh,
I have
God.
no answers. Listener 3558 says,
I don't understand why you would choose to date someone who lives far from you. Is it to keep the relationship fresh by making each other desperate? It's so inconvenient too.
no, sometimes it's cursed by circumstance. You have no choice.
And what if you really love that person and you're willing to go through that?
Right, exactly.
I think I forgot where I heard this, but you don't have a choice with who you fall in love with, but it's a choice to be in love or stay in love with someone, and it's a commitment. And so you can't really help who you start liking or who you start falling in love with. But for you to make that work, it is an active choice that you make. So maybe for some people, it is an unfortunate situation where one has to go work somewhere else in a different
Right.
country. So, but it's that's when it becomes a choice. Like, are you
Yeah.
going to make this work, or are you going to just, deal with it on your own and let it fade?
So true.
Right.
So
And you have officially cracked the code, Esna.
we cracked it today.
We cracked it.
Yay.
You are so smart. Yes, perfect. Thank you so much, Esna, for coming in today. I know you're really busy, so we always appreciate it when you can come
Oh,
in
thanks
and
for
talk
having
to
me.
us.
Thank you. And good luck to everyone in long distance relationships.
Yes,
Yes.
fighting.
Yes,
You can do it.
fighting. Thanks for joining us, Esna. And before we go on to the next segment, we're going to listen to a song. This is Mamamoo, 그리고 그려봐.
Bye, Esna.
Bye.
Bye.
We just wanna have fun, 'cause we have.
Welcome back. You're listening to Double Date. Last week, our date song topic was songs for a nice autumn stroll. And we had a message that we didn't get to last week, so let's share it now.
It's from our listener Chun, who says, "Hi Dee. I used to be an avid Disney Channel watcher back in the day and always used to listen to the song No One by Ali and AJ. These days I've been trying to time my walk so that the sun is setting or rising as I walk towards the bridge and across the river. Unfortunately, I have yet to be successful, but it will happen soon. And when it does, I will be sure to play No One by Ali and AJ.
Here's some of the lyrics. I am moving through the crowd, trying to find myself. Feel like a guitar that's never played. Will someone strum away?
There are times when I do feel like a guitar that's never been played. Basically, just a human being who is merely existing rather than living. But in the same way that a guitar is made to be played by someone to make sounds in order to produce music, I recently begun to realize that I, as a human being, was created to make friends and meet people who are meant to bring out the true me. Something that I've been trying so long to do on my own.
I haven't listened to this song since it first came out over a decade ago, but it's funny and a bit ironic how a song that was relevant to me back then still remains relevant now. Oh, the thoughts that come to mind with the fall. Anyway, Kevin and Ashley, I was wondering, what do you guys think about when you go out for a stroll? I am pretty ADD, I think, when I'm like walking by myself and thinking. It's like, oh, squirrel, like, oh, what should I eat? Oh, who am I? It's like very like all over the place.
Yeah, I think especially when you walk on Han River, like there are so many dogs. So I think I'm too distracted by looking at
my
dogs that
goodness.
I have no time to think because I'm like, oh my god, that dog's so cute, and then they're like, oh my god, look at that dog. So
Right.
Yeah.
So you're like the dogs in the movie Up.
oh yeah,
You're
yeah.
always like, squirrel, squirrel. Yeah. Anyway, Chuan, thank you so much for this message. I totally relate to what she's talking about, though. She used the metaphor of an unstrummed guitar being played. It was made to be played and make sounds, but it's just lying there kind of lifeless. And I've had this feeling when I was younger, and I wonder if you've ever had this feeling, when you feel like you're living in somebody else's dream.
Right.
Like you're not the main character in your own life.
Mm-hmm.
You're like a sub character in somebody else's dream. Have you ever felt that way before?
Yeah, like she says, like you just feel like you're existing, but you're not really living.
Right.
Like, yeah.
Right. And I mean, you have to just understand that it's all in our control. It's in our hands to turn that around. And it's like one step at a time. We have some messages about our question of the day. What bad habit do you have, and what are some good motivations to fix them?
Shell says, a bad habit of mine is sleeping way too late. I have to sleep more to be able to do well in school.
Nice. Valencia says, leave everything to the last minute. What motivates me to change it? That I can't keep on going like this. I used to be such a huge procrastinator.
Me too. Oh my goodness.
Right.
Especially in like college. I would wait till like the last night that it was like due.
Yes.
And then I would just stay up break night. And
To the point where I still have dreams these days where I'm like not gonna pass high school.
What?
I still have those dreams.
Why?
I think that's like just, it comes out of my subconscious.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's okay. You passed.
I did. Yes, I'm here. The song you heard before that letter was NCT Dream, We Are Young. We're going to be back with a text to X after this song that Chuan wanted to hear. This is Ali and AJ, No One.
Come on, play double date. We lift you up when you're feeling down. Life's a double dates. So if you're down, we'll be sure to pick you up.
Gala WhatsApp and I send text. Me see the SMS. Me official.
It is now time for a text to X, a segment that's all about you, our listeners.
If you have a message to someone special, like your family, friends, or even to someone you might be having trouble with,
Simply send your message to Double Date and we'll read it out loud on air for you.
today we have a message from listener W to a girl he refers to as J.
Right. Apparently, W and J met each other through mutual friends while W was visiting Seoul for the past 2 weeks.
So let's see what W has to say to
Yes.
J. Dear Jay, I had a good time in Seoul for the short time I was here, and I'm glad I got to meet you. Cliched as it may sound, I've never really met another girl like you before. Not only do you have an awesome personality, but I feel we really clicked. Even when we disagreed on things, conversation just seemed to flow, and I was always reluctant to go home afterwards. I know we've only known each other for 2 weeks, but I have the feeling that we both want to get to know each other a bit more. What would you say to a long-distance relationship? We can keep it casual if it feels too burdensome for you, and you'll be visiting the States in December, so we'll be able to see each other then, right? Tell me what you think. No pressure. From W.
Wow.
We
That
talked
is-
about long distance today.
We did.
Wow.
It's
What a
perfect.
coincidence.
And this is a real letter.
Yes, a
From
confession.
Jay. Yes, we're not like creative enough to make these up, people. This is like too specific of a situation. Wow, we have a lot of these kobeks or confessions
Yeah, I
through
wonder
a
if
text to X.
Jay
Sure.
is listening.
Jay, I hope
Yeah.
she's listening. And I hope, I don't know, I guess 2 weeks. They've only known each other for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Is it too sudden? I don't necessarily think it's
Yeah.
too soon.
Yeah, that was such a sweet letter. And it was just, he just felt that they clicked, you know?
Yes.
So
And he also says at the end, just, tell me what you think. No pressure. It's not like, girl, I want to marry you right now. It's like, I know you're going to be visiting the States anyway in December.
yeah.
I also remember, actually, a lot of times when it comes to long distance, it can be like, no, we're not going to be in a relationship, but like, can we at least be somewhat exclusive?
What?
It's there are different degrees. I feel like
okay.
to making each other feel comfortable.
Oh, right.
Because if you've only known each other for 2 weeks, it's like, to what extent can you give me a promise of like exclusivity or like we actually have like a something going on?
Right.
Right?
So yeah, maybe they can keep it casual till
I hope
December,
so.
and then when they see each other again, work things out from
And
there.
there's absolutely nothing better, nothing more romantic than Christmas in New York City. Am I right? Wait, did he say New York City?
No, just the States.
Oh, okay.
I don't know where in the States, but yeah, Christmas in the States is way, bigger than
It's different.
here. So
Yeah, it doesn't only take place near that big mall in Myeongdong. Right?
It's
all
everywhere.
throughout. Yeah.
Yes.
All right, let's go ahead and send off W's letter to Jay. Perfect.
Yes, and before we read the next message, we're gonna listen to a song. This is Tarin and Suga Boar's 달락 말락.
사람들이 그래 우리 너무 닮았대.
We are back with the text to X. Our second letter is from Kim to her friends in Texas.
It seems like they were all in the area that was affected by Hurricane Harvey.
Right, let's see what she has to say. Hey guys, it's been a rough couple of weeks, but I'm so happy that we made it out relatively okay. We all know someone who knows someone else that lost everything, or even a loved one. I was lucky enough to have relatives who live further up north, so my family has been staying with them. But I know lots of you have been staying at shelters and even helping out with relief and rescue efforts for pets. Thanks for all of your hard work, and please keep an eye out for our dog Pepper. Y'all know what he looks like, the wiener dog. Of course, above all else, stay safe and healthy. God bless, and hope to see you all in person very soon. From Kim. Right. Hurricane Harvey in the States right now, as well as, of course, Hurricane Irma. And people are worried that it's actually going to resurge again.
Yeah, because already a lot of people have lost their homes, and a lot of people are still homeless. So
Right. Our thoughts, we mentioned it in the beginning, but our thoughts are prayer and condolences to everybody affected by this. I mean, Texas seems like a far away place, right? But you realize that when things like this happen, especially when they're this grand and this, catastrophic, at least 1 or 2 degrees of separation away, somebody has been affected by this.
yes.
So I think it's all going to do us a favor if we can do a little bit of something, whether it's a message like this that Kim is sending out to radio to send her thoughts out to her friends and family.
And we hope that Kim will be reunited with her dog Pepper soon.
Definitely
Yeah.
do. Yes. Again, all of our thoughts are going out to you guys. Let us go ahead and send off Kim's letter to her friends. All right. Everybody, or first of all, thank you to Kim and thanks to W for sending us your text to X today. Anybody else who wants to take part, here's how.
Send us your comments and thoughts about your life, and even message you want us to send to other people, like a thank you letter, an apology, or even a complaint. You can write to us anonymously. Just make sure it's radio friendly and send that to tbsdoubledate@gmail.com.
Right. You can also write to us on our website, tbsefm.soul.kr. Just look for Double Date, and you can write on our message board. All right, we're going to be right back. We have some messages to get through, but first, here's a song. This is James Morrison, You Give Me Something.
You wanna stay with me in the morning.
Welcome back. You're listening to Double Date. We're your dates, Ashley.
And Kevin, and today we're talking about bad habits. Royalist 2 says, I love baseball, so I go out and buy the uniforms of my favorite teams and athletes when I achieve something. But I do have a bad habit of drinking like crazy. Honestly, I should change this. I mean, drinking is not necessarily a bad thing, but drinking like crazy?
Yeah.
Probably something you should change.
And Holik says, I attempted this, but there are times when I 작심 3일 or quit after 3 days, especially dieting. I'll probably attempt dieting like a million times throughout my life.
Right.
Me too, Holik, me too.
Yeah, because dieting, as they say, it's supposed to be a lifestyle change.
Yes.
Right? Not just like a temporary yo-yo thing, which is honestly what I do. I go extreme and then go extreme the other way. You looked at my face and you're like, oh yeah. Chell says, a bad habit of mine is sleeping way too late. I have to sleep more to be able to do well in school.
Yes, you have to sleep early and wake up early.
Yeah, except I'm pretty sure I got the least amount of sleep when I was in high school.
Really?
Yeah, I was like just always studying and staying up late.
That means I wasn't studying because I slept really early and woke up early.
But that's just you, always. Yeah, Raindrop says,
I've had the habit of eating away when I'm stressed, especially late night food like chicken, ramen, and it's resulted in affecting my health and I can't fit into my clothes, so I got shocked. These days I've been exercising and releasing my stress. I've also said bye-bye to late night eating. Oh yeah, late night eating is no.
It's funny it's interesting because late night eating, it gets rid of your stress, right? But you also realize that having a healthy lifestyle and exercising just doesn't create that stress in the first place for some reason. 'Cause a lot of the time stress is just from being restless because you're not exercising or you're recovering from what you ate at 1 a.m. the night before.
And exercising really makes you feel good after, right?
Yeah. And this is coming from, I haven't exercised in so long, so I'm in the same boat. I need to get on it.
Yeah, and Raindrop also requested a song, 롤러코스터 습관. Oh, 습관.
Yes,
We
which
talked
is
about habits.
habit, right? Yeah, so let's go listen to it. This is Rollercoaster 습관. We'll be right back with the closing.
In the morning, you are in my coffee. You shake my head to wake me up, and I feel alive.
That was 구화 숫자들 with Sugar of My Life. It is already time to wrap up today's show. I think we have one more message.
Right, from Jenny. She says, I like coffee so much. I didn't think that I was addicted, but I went to get scaling done and the dentist asked if I drank a lot of coffee. I think I have to decrease drinking coffee and go to the dentist more often.
Oof. You drink coffee every day though, right?
Yeah, but actually today is my first day of trying to quit coffee. Like I'm trying to replace coffee with like tea.
But caffeinated tea?
Yeah.
Same thing.
But
Same thing.
Really?
Yeah. You gotta drink like
green
mint
tea
tea or
is
like...
better than coffee, right?
Is it though? Why? Because antioxidants?
Yeah.
But I think that you can find the same studies that would say like, coffee is better.
But it has like little caffeine.
Oh, that's true. Yes, it has a little... is that true? I'm not sure.
I don't know.
You got to do more research, I think. We were talking about bad habits today. Hopefully everybody... I think step one in treating it is talking about it, right? So hopefully we all took the first step in
Yes.
getting over our bad habits.
Yes, we did. Oh no, actually, I used to have a bad habit of biting my nails when I was in junior high school. But then going on to high school, I really wanted to get my nails done like everybody else. So that
Right.
motivated me to stop.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's a very specific one that I can never relate. Actually, no, I do relate to that because look at my nails.
But
Kinda
that's for the
gross.
guitar.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm actually very sensitive when it comes to my nails. Off topic. Everybody, thanks for joining us today. Tomorrow we have the Hangout with JP, one of my favorite
Yes.
segments. I cannot lose again. I've lost like so many times. I'm losing face right now.
I'm gonna win.
Yeah.
And we also have a special guest on Wednesday, the Solutions band joining us.
Can't wait. Yes, tune in again tomorrow for another episode of Double Date.
We're gonna leave you with this last song, IU and 임수롱's 잔소리.
We've been your dates. I'm Kevin.
I'm Ashley, and we'll
call you tomorrow. Bye, guys.
Bye.
늦게 가지 좀 마, 술은 멀리 좀 해봐.